up? Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about everything e-commerce, crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, how to get your project funded, my friend. And today we're actually talking about a new category which has been launched on Kickstarter, kind of how to get started if you are interested in launching a project or a campaign around this. And it's coming up right after this. Okay, I gotta start by prefacing this video because there are so many trolls that are out there and people that are just kind of gunning for you, particularly the more successful that you become, the more followers you get, right? It just kind of happens as a byproduct. So I have no absolute interest, or I don't have any kind of investment, I'm not pushing anything when it comes to this particular category. No matter what your religious beliefs are or your spiritual beliefs or whatever, that is amazing. And to be honest, most of the people that I've had on my podcast that are doing things like tarot cards, etc., they're doing it because they love the art. And a couple of them are also, passionate about that spiritual practice and these kinds of things. But I'm not pushing anything in this video. This is strictly about business, my friend. This is about the business of magic and divination and why this is a category that's opened up on Kickstarter, and also how you can use this if you are either a practitioner or you're someone who just wants to get involved from more of an artistic side. We're going to be talking about that a little bit in today's video. So the first mega big news announcement, right, is the fact that Magic and Divination, I hope I pronounced that correctly, divination, is now available as a category on Kickstarter. So if you're doing any kind of a project, for example, tarot cards, oracle card deck, if you're doing anything in the way of the occult, something that's like witchy or something that's kind of cool, mystical in that way, new age, doing any kind of project like that, you can now house that under the new Magic and Divination category on Kickstarter. So this is obviously new, and this is something that now is available. And this is also interesting because there are a lot of different metrics that go into this. So what I kind of want to talk about first of all is just go through a couple of the metrics, and then we can get into how, if you are interested in doing a project like this, how this could look, how this could work, and why you may want to get started. So first of all, when it comes to the average campaign on Kickstarter, Magic campaigns are actually much larger in terms of the success rates. And it's really interesting that that's the case, right? They're actually 80% of them are fully funded as reported by Kickstarter compared to 50% on average. In addition, and I've noticed this so much this year, and if you go back and listen to the episodes of my podcast, the Crowdfunding Demystified podcast, you will also discover this on my podcast, on my show, is that tarot cards have experienced a 223% year-over-year growth on Kickstarter. Think about that. Over 200% growth in the tarot card category alone. That is huge. That's not peanuts, right? And I think this is actually mirroring the effect of a lot of the different stats that we're seeing in general when it comes to this major category as a business category, as a market segment, right? So for example, astrology apps grew by 64.7% to 40 million in 2019. Psychic service at a $2.2 billion industry. More and more people are turning to new age beliefs and also using technology and new products that are coming out in order to do that. So I think this is kind of common, honestly, is the fact that more and more people are just coming online, more people are using apps, but also more people are searching out cool products that incorporate some of these things. And whether that's tarot cards or doing something like astrology or an oracle deck or whatever it is, this is something that people are looking to buy. And it's gone the days where it's just like kind of like a hobby or something you might engage in just kind of for fun after work, or if you have a small business about this on the side, right? You maybe have the knowledge or the technology or the art to be able to pull off something like this. Gone are the days where this was just kind of a pipe dream. This is a real industry, my friends. This is a real industry and a real business opportunity. So if you are serious about this, I want to talk about just a couple of high-level things you're going to need in order to launch yourself into this category and to be successful. So let's get into that right now. So the way that Kickstarter works is that you have a funding goal. I call this your funding meter, right? You have some kind of a fundraising goal, which you're set, which is usually on the campaign. You go to any kind of project and you'll see there's a funding goal, and then there's a fixed duration. So we're gonna just write this down so you can kind of keep track with this. Okay, there's some kind of a goal, that's the funding goal, and there's some kind of a duration for every single campaign that's out there. So as a creator, you're going to be trying to raise money on this platform. And there's going to be a funding goal that you need to hit or exceed. And if you don't do that, you can't keep the funds that have been raised. And everyone gets refunded who actually backed, they're called backers, or pledge money to your crowdfunding campaign. So you're a creator in the eyes of Kickstarter. These people that are supporting you are pledging money or are considered backers of the creations that you're making, and there's some kind of a duration, right? In addition to this fixed fund or this funding goal that you have. So those are the two major things. What do people get? What the heck do people get for backing a campaign? That's such a good question, right? In addition, people will get what are called perks, also known as rewards. So whenever you're learning something new, and I'm sure you might relate with this, if you're trying to learn something new, for example, you're trying to ride a bike, you're trying to fix a car, or in the case of like, you're trying to learn about tarot cards, you gotta learn the vocabulary that goes into that discipline, and perks or rewards are another just nugget of that vocabulary. So what are perks and rewards? These are the things that when people back your campaign on Kickstarter, they are going to get access to. So that could be, for example, a tarot card deck, right? Or maybe a tarot card deck plus some other stuff that you include there. So it's not just one reward, it could be an entire reward package that you package together, and thus it's maybe just not a $25 purchase, it's maybe more like a $50 purchase, or in some cases, a $100 purchase when people back your campaign. And as long as after the duration is over, you've hit or exceeded your goal, everyone's credit card gets charged, and you move forward with making these actual rewards and delivering them to your backers. So I like to think of this almost as like pre-ordering, where you have these early adopter customers that are not only your customers, but also your evangelists, right? They're evangelists for your brand. So this is huge. Perks and rewards are a major part of every single crowdfunding campaign, and this is something that's going to be common on Kickstarter. So you're going to have to think about, for my particular project, you got to think of how do I kind of do what I'm doing, put it into a project, offer perks and rewards, can either be physical or digital, and this is going to be over a certain fundraising duration so that I can hit my fundraising or exceed my fundraising goal as well with a little bit of Sal's help, right? Which is me, Salvador. So let's go over just a couple more items, and also give you some links that I think would be helpful for you. All right, so what else do you need aside from this? You are going to need to put together what's called a campaign page on Kickstarter. This campaign page is going to have a few different things. Number one, it's going to have a video, right? Most campaigns have a video, not everyone does. It is not a requirement to have a video. However, for most people, I do recommend it just because it's a great sales mechanism. It's great for people to see the quality of whatever it is that you're making, or to get emotionally drawn in to your story, emotionally drawn in to that cool stuff that you're doing. And then they're going to be more likely to take action, read through your page, go through the different graphics and images you have there, get really inspired, want to become a member of your community, and back your project. So video is really standard. The other thing is the story. The story is just the written section that's below the video, and there are tons of different little tricks and nifty things that I have in order to get someone to feel emotionally curious and aroused as they are reading through your story. So like they're getting excited, they're wanting to buy this thing. The more that they just go through, they're like, I gotta have this thing, right? There's so many different little tricks that I have that I would love to share with you. So I'm gonna include a link in just a second where you can kind of learn some of these for free. And hopefully that will get you started on your particular journey. So you're gonna have a story when it comes to your campaign. In addition, you're gonna have to, after the end of the campaign, have to pay a fee to Kickstarter. So the time of recording this video, there's a 5% fee that you're gonna be paying to Kickstarter of the amount of money that you raise. In addition, their credit card processing fees is maybe like 3% or something like that. So you're gonna have the story, you're gonna have the video, you're gonna have the campaign page, you're gonna run the campaign for a certain duration, you're gonna hit or exceed your goal, right? And then afterwards, you are then going to deliver on your rewards. Now, why do people do this? Why the heck do people run a Kickstarter campaign? Like, why is it that there's been a 200% or more, 223% year-over-year growth in tarot cards? The reason why is that this is a marketing opportunity, okay? Let that sink in for a second. You're trying to do a lot of stuff, man. I know, you're trying to do so much, you're trying to put out cool new products, you're trying to get out there and connect with people, you're trying to build your business, trying to get social media help, you're trying to build up your audience, all these things. What if you could do all of that in one very short time period and just knock it all out? That's exactly why people do Kickstarter, man. That's exactly why. Is that it's a marketing opportunity. Not only are people buying your product and funding your project, which allows you to move to the next stage with that project, but they're also becoming a part of your community. Are also following you on social media. They're sharing all the different messages you're putting out during the campaign on social media, which continues to grow your following. You have people writing about you, right? You have other people that are helping you blow this thing up. It's a huge event. And I like to think of it almost as like a business boot camp, right? So if you're more of an artistic person, or you're someone who's just kind of more creative, or you're more spiritual, and you're like, I got that side like covered, Sal, but I just need help on the business side, or I need help on the marketing side, or I need help like putting this together, that's really where I come in. And that's why I make these videos for you, just to kind of share and hold your hand along the way. And also for those that are interested, right, doing one-on-one coaching, doing intensive coaching calls, or putting you through some of my free courses to just kind of help get you up to speed. That for me is like my art. Like that is what I love doing, so that you can impact more people, and it's freaking exciting. So first of all, before I go to the next stage, which is like, what are the types of people that can use this? Let me just share with you one quick link. So first of all, go to this link and you'll be able to access my free course. You're gonna go to crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter, okay? crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter will give you access to the free course. I'll give you one other link as well, which is crowdcrux.com, same link, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter, okay, one word, audio, Kickstarter audio. I want you to go to that link as well, because this is a link to my Audible book, my audio book, where I share with you step by step how to do one of these campaigns, and literally like chock full of tons of golden nuggets when it comes to doing this practically, efficiently, and to not make yourself like pulling your hair out at the end of this process. So go to crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio if you want a copy of my audio book. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. In addition, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter if you want access to my free course there. You just enter your name and email, and I'll start sending you some great content and training videos and these kinds of things. So this is all like some of the nuts and bolts behind it. Let's really quickly go and brainstorm how this could work for you and for your business. Let's get into that right now. All right, so I know I'm kind of filling up this page here, so let's move to another page. You guys are making me get through these pages, man. Gotta get through all these pages here. Okay, so first of all, when it comes to this, there are so many people in the audience, and I'm trying to make this video and really encompass a lot of things. So I'm probably gonna hit one of you, right? But I think that this is so important because a lot of times we hold ourselves back. We hold ourselves back from success, and we do it every single day without even realizing it. That's just due to the limiting beliefs that we have sometimes about what was capable, what we can do, what is a good fit for us. So I want you to be open-minded. Don't allow those limiting beliefs to hold you back, right? Pay attention just for a couple of minutes here, because I really think this can change your life and open up a whole new opportunity for you in the future. Sometimes you're going to the right destination, but you just need a different vehicle. You're just in the wrong vehicle, man. You just gotta change those vehicles, and you're gonna be able to get to that destination so much faster. You're trying to bike across town, and it's taking you forever. You're on those pedals, right? It's taking you forever. Maybe you just need to change your vehicle and go in an electric scooter, and then you're whizzing down there, right? You're whizzing down the street, going to wherever you have to go to your destination. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. So who, right? Who is this great for? The first is, I think, artists. And I learned this actually from doing a bunch of different podcast episodes with people that were super successful with their tarot card campaigns, with their oracle decks, with all the different types of projects that they have. And I'm very agnostic in that I will have on many different types of projects and physical products, goods, etc. Like I don't, judge. It's more for me about a marketing exercise in the way that a surgeon is not going to look at a body on his, table and become emotional about that. Obviously, there's an emotional story behind that, and it's very sacred. But he's looking at it more from a professional standpoint, and he's more from a clinical standpoint, analyzing that situation. And that's kind of how I look at campaigns. That's how I also look at products, because I'm looking at it as a professional angle. So who? The first is artists, okay? Artists. If you are an artist and you have some kind of work, or you would love to put your work into a different form, one of the best things that I think was told to me when it comes to tarot cards is this artist was talking on my podcast, and you're like, man, like Sal, I love art and I've been doing it for so long. It wasn't until I put it into the right form that it really resonated with the audience. So he was doing traditional like painting and drawing and that kind of stuff. It wasn't until he actually put it into tarot card decks, right, and made those kinds of cards that people started to love his art. Like, how cool is that? The fact that you maybe have incredible skills and are amazing at this, but you're just using it in the wrong form. So that's why I think artists are a great person to really maybe even partner up with, or if you are an artist, to partner with other people who maybe know and understand the intricacies of the gameplay, or whatever it is you're trying to help with, or the nuts and bolts of what goes into certain things, like an oracle card deck or whatever, right? artists are the first people that I think are going to be able to really just make a killing when it comes to this new category. The other are spiritual individuals, right? So spiritual, who are maybe teachers, we'll say. So people who are teachers or practitioners, right? People who are actually involved in using the product themselves. And this is super helpful, or if you are an artist, to have this on your team, because then you know how people are going to be using it. You know the details that they're going to be paying attention to. You know the emotional experience of using the product. So these individuals typically who are kind of immersed in that niche or immersed in that industry can make it really simple because they're the end customer. And whenever you're the end customer of a product that you create, it makes it actually super easy to be able to make something that you yourself would love, and thus all these other people are going to love it as well. So this would be my next category when it comes to who should get involved with this. The next one would be people who are a little bit more sophisticated and want to make a change. Okay, so we're going to say people who are looking for some kind of an opportunity, right? To level up, to create a business. Maybe you already have a 9-to-5 job. Maybe you already have something that you're going to, that gig that's paying the bread, that's bringing bread home, right? And you're being able to pay the bills and all that kind of stuff. And you're looking for this sort of new thing, something that's aligned with your values, something that's going to be really interesting and cool and fun. I think this is also going to be a great option for you because you're coming out with a product. And a product is so different than a service, my friend. I know, I'm a coach, right? I provide coaching services for people. This is so different than doing a service, because when you have a product, you can actually replicate that, and then someone else can buy it that you don't even know around the world. And then you can just produce more and more of this product. So you're going to do things like you're going to have inventory, right? Inventory. You're going to have what's called a supply chain, okay? You're going to have things like fulfillment. Great sponsor, Fulfill-Right. Supply chain, inventory, fulfillment. Fulfill-Right is my sponsor, my YouTube channel. You can check that out. You're going to have then marketing mechanisms, a website, etc. All of this working together so that someone around the world can place an order of a product that you already have in your inventory, right? Your inventory goes down. They get the product shipped to them in a matter of a couple of days, or with a Kickstarter campaign, maybe it takes longer because you're kind of creating that product, right? And you're building that prototype. It gets shipped to them around the world. They get it on their doorstep. They love it. They start sharing on social media. And all you have to do as a creator is to coordinate to get more inventory, which is from your supply chain, which maybe from your printers or the people that are delivering the product to you. And maybe at some point in time you have to freshen up that artwork, so you have to work with some more artists or whatever. But that's your role as a business owner. It's different than a service because you're selling a product. So if you are a 9-to-5 or something, you're looking for a new opportunity and you're kind of interested and curious about this, I think this is another great option for you.
Want to take all the stress out of fulfilling your Kickstarter rewards? Fulfill-Right is the turnkey solution that puts product delivery on autopilot. The Top Campaigns uses trusted high-tech provider to store, package, and ship their products. Focus on growing your business. Leave shipping to the experts. Don't wait. Get a custom quote from Fulfill-Right today. Link in the description.
The final thing that I think would be most important here is really goes beyond business, okay? And I'm really, obviously love talking business. Man, I can talk business all day. I love business. I love talking about marketing. I love talking about tactics and tools. I love getting under the hood if I was like a mechanic and going and tinkering and looking at all the cool little things that are there, right? How do you make the engine go faster? And how do you soup it up and supercharge it and put on some great tires, right? I love talking shop. But at the end of the day, I think there's something that's even more important than that. And that's kind of my next reason, I think, is that if you want to create, and we'll just put it down here, if you want to create meaning and community, okay? Meaning and community. So I actually have my own community. I have my own mastermind group where I talk with a bunch of other creators, and we all kind of talk about not only how do you succeed, how do you reach your goals, that's both the tactics that go into a crowdfunding campaign. Talk about all of that in my mastermind community. But you probably also want to have a community. Because nowadays, it's not enough just to have a business, right? If you just have a business, you're just another business person who's putting out products, right? It's very easy for you to become commoditized. It's very easy for people to just stop caring, And I think that one of the coolest things about doing a Kickstarter campaign, number one, is the fact you can put out something that you believe in and that other people can connect with. You're creating meaning, you're making impact in the world. It goes beyond just rendering like a one-on-one service or something like that, where you have profound impact on one individual. What if you can impact people all across the world with your product? Take a second to consider how that could change your life, how that could level up everything, how that could not only get you what you want, but also just kind of fill that like inner need I think that we all have to be able to make a dent in the universe. That's the coolest thing about Kickstarter, because when you do this, you are getting individual feedback on your product. In addition, they're becoming a part of your community, so they can talk with each other, they can talk with you, they can celebrate you, they can become a part of your team, they can congratulate you, they're part of your tribe. You're attracting all these like-minded people to you who are supporting you, buying your product, and buying into your mission and who you are and what you are trying to achieve, what you are trying to accomplish. I honestly, it's amazing to go out and do something yourself and to really work hard and to hustle and to be doing it for so long behind closed doors and to have these clients and have these customers and stuff like that. It's great. But what's even more powerful is when you have an entire tribe of people behind you who believe in you, who believe in your mission for your company, who are buying your products like crazy and that want to see you succeed. And that's why I think if you are really looking for meaning and community and not just a business that you can white label, right? Or just sell these crappy products and get them off your shelf and fill your shelf with more crappy products and just have this Amazon play. This isn't about that. This is about making something you believe in, making something that's going to impact other people, and having those people vote with their dollars, vote with their feet, and saying, yes, I want that to exist. So that sounds interesting. Number one, go and check out the link that I mentioned, the free course that I have here, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter. Number two, go and check out my audiobook, crowdcrux.com/Kickstarter audio. Great resource. And finally, if you're interested, you can always reach out one-on-one for a coaching session at crowdcrux.com/coaching. I would only start that if you are super serious though, and you really want to level up your game. I would start for a beginner, probably with the free course. If you're just kind of dabbling, you're just like, I just want to try this out, right? But if you're serious, you want to level up, the coaching session is probably the better bet. Again, my name is Salvador Briggman. Hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Come subscribe for more content like this. Leave a comment down below showing me some love, and I will see you next time.